But let us, of course, start on a story that we have been watching for a couple of weeks now. And we know that hundreds of thousands of social grant beneficiaries have been without food for probably coming on for 2 weeks now. We know that some have since been able to access their Sassa payouts, but technical glitches at Postbank delayed some 600,000 old age grant recipients. A lot of that was sorted
to get to the pay points. There are still people that are going hungry to get to the pay points. There are still people walking to get to the pay points or coming in and expecting to leave with money. And today, actually, there was just so much desperation and so much just like, I'm done, I'm giving up because I've been doing this for 2 weeks and I'm done now. So on the ground, things are not looking good. I don't know if we're just supposed to kind of believe what they've said and just leave it at that, when the reality on the ground, on social media as well, with the complaints that people are raising about their grandparents are what they are. So it's still not resolved 2 weeks later.
Now, you've spoken to the DA. Why did you approach them?
So they have come to court papers that indicate what is actually going on. And I know we've been told that there's this technical glitch, and there's been this insistence that there is a technical glitch in the system because of this new system upgrade, and it's caused us to have to do manual reversals and all of that. But actually that isn't true, or it's partly not true.
But it's not the whole story.
It's not the whole story, exactly. So there is actually an issue between Postbank and their suppliers, that some issues, people that have not been paid, and so they have withdrawn their services essentially. And so you are having this process where instead of these automated payments that have been going on for the past however long, this is not happening anymore. Of course, this is not the first time even that we're having these sorts of glitches around the payments, but now it's come to a head where we are now on day 14 and people are still struggling to access funds. We're looking at October coming up and people are still struggling to access funds. But here is what the DA's Hloni Mtimkulu said about what is going on, Sally.
We've gotten hold of court documents indicating that Postbank has actually applied for court interdict against an organization called Electronics Connect, which is the company that does the payment automation. And what happens is they never paid this particular supplier from May, June up till now, and apparently there was also an irregular payment of this supplier. So they are trying to force this supplier to actually come back and do the automation of the payments. So this so-called technical glitch is actually, the truth is that Electronics Connect has pulled out of the automation of the payments, so they were trying to pay all these grants manually. So you can imagine 600,000 people being paid manually, how long that will take. Yet with automation, you probably press a button and all the payments have gone through. So they were owed about 1.9 in May, 1.7 in June, and so on and so forth. So obviously no company wants to work without the cash flow.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I know that Ground Up, I think, did a report on this, that there were issues. My understanding is that those were being resolved, but this may perhaps underpin some of the problems that we've seen. Certainly the DA seems to think so. You've also spoken to people once again in those queues today. Let's just take a quick listen.
Ba check Friday kapa Monday ke ileng ka jeno bela ga tsela ba ga thola ka jeno na ga di metšhelete tsa batho ka matlong re la pilana ntse re jang le bana
ke tla ke tshepile bana ke file ke iwa no mfile tšhelete first born yaka ke kopile second born ke kopile third born gore a ke se go le tšhelete ya ka bana ba ka ke kopa hlele mphe ya la ka le nna le a go le selege ke di thusa
wa qala mama saya ama banking ATM. Yeah, once we came lapha si check balance ya khombisa ukuthi imali ikhona. Ma withdraw imali ayisaphume.
Angitholanga sengekhaya njengamanje. Abangitshelanga ukuthi ngibeni futhi njengoba ngitshelwe ukuthi sengahlala phansi.
Yeah, and as you say, Hloni, those are today. Those are people today waiting for their money. We will continue to cover this story.